participants, dear friends, and dear ECMH family members. It's a great honor to welcome you all to European Conference on Mental Health 2021 online. My name is Lisa. I'm the chair of organizing committee, and it's a very personal pleasure also to welcome you all to this event.
My name is Lauri Kuosmanen. I am member of organizing committee and also secretary of scientific committee. We will be a host during the becoming 3 days. We are organizing the conference here in Lapilahti area, which is a former psychiatric hospital, but now functioning as a space for art and music and science and well-being.
Thank you, Chime. It was very beautiful. Our vocal ensemble. The songs we just heard were Blackbird from the Beatles, and then we heard a Finnish song, Älä droppaa mun tunnelmaa, from a Finnish female artist, Paula Vesala. Älä droppaa mun tunnelmaa, Lauri, how would we translate it? Something like, don't spoil my mood.
Yeah, don't come here and spoil my mood. Good slogan for the becoming days.
Absolutely.
The singers actually told us when we met them that during the pandemic, singing and singing together and joy of singing has been very important for them. And I'm sure that we all have experienced something very weird and peculiar during the last maybe 18 months or something. And doing things together is nowadays very, very important. And this is something we want to highlight also in our conference. At this point, we want to thank all the keynote speakers, all the panel members and the presenters. Your input for the conference program is priceless. The program has been made in collaboration with the scientific committee of our conference. And now it is our honor to hear greetings from Professor Brenda Happel from Australia. She is the chair of our scientific committee.
Hello. On behalf of the Scientific Committee, I welcome you to the European Conference on Mental Health. It's a great honour to chair the Scientific Committee and speak at the opening of this conference. I sincerely thank Lauri, Lisa and all the organising committee for granting me this privilege for the 6th year in a row. This is the first time I have recorded a speech and I truly wish I could be with you all in person. I am sure we all feel this way. This conference has become such an important event for me. It is both professionally and personally enriching. I learn so much from colleagues from all over the world. There is always so much energy and enthusiasm that I feel so motivated to continue my work in the mental health field. And I would have to say this is the most collegial conference I have ever attended. After all, where else would an Australian be invited to chair the scientific committee for a European conference? Not once, but 6 times. Although we would rather all be in person, I applaud the organising committee for once again creating this virtual event. Most conferences I regularly attend have been postponed, and I've come to realise how important conferences are to me. The organisers have not only put together a diverse and interesting scientific program of posters and presentations, they have also included the customary toast to mental health and even some speed dating. We may not be in the same room, but we can still create a connection through our mutual passion for mental health. Deciding what to talk about at this event is an important opportunity to reflect on the mental health challenges people face and the important role the mental health workforce plays in addressing these challenges. I usually include some jokes to make the speech more interesting and lighten the mood. This year, I'm borrowing jokes from others. Not taking away from the seriousness of COVID, it is also important to have a laugh. This year there has been no shortage of things to reflect on. The impact of COVID-19 has been profound on the lives of all of us. You may be aware that Australia was considered one of the successful countries for the effective suppression of COVID. After some very strict lockdown measures, this time last year we all saw a positive future ahead of us. By Christmas, things were as normal as we could possibly expect in the midst of a global pandemic. When a small number of cases emerged, we would go into a short, sharp lockdown of a few days, and most Australians were confident that we had this under control. Unfortunately, the freedom and the confidence have recently been shattered for a large proportion of the Australian population. Daily case numbers are far higher than in the first and second waves. Many people are back into strict lockdown, able to leave the home only for essential activities and short periods of exercise. Masks are compulsory everywhere except at home. Once again, we are isolated from friends and family, and all the travel plans we made with such confidence when we thought the worst was over have had to be changed yet again. Lockdown after lockdown, we are up to number 8 in some parts of Australia and have now spent more time in lockdown than out since the pandemic began. While the restrictions to our freedoms are painful, whether we agree with them or not, it is the complete lack of the ability to plan anything with confidence. Weddings, conferences, holidays have often had to be cancelled at a moment's notice. The mental health impact has been enormous for all of us, as it has been all over the world. For people already facing serious mental distress, it has been devastating and at times life-threatening. I certainly don't need to tell anyone here about the increased demand for mental health services and the pressure on already busy and under-resourced services. The way mental health professionals have responded, particularly those at the front end of service delivery, has been nothing short of amazing. You are inspiring people, and I feel so proud to be a mental health nurse and count you as my colleagues. I'm a person who likes to find positives from any situation, no matter how dire they might be. COVID-19 has encouraged me to gain more insight into the world of people diagnosed with mental illness and experiencing serious mental distress. The isolation from family and friends, the inability to make plans with any confidence they will be able to take the holiday as planned, or even be able to go out to dinner on a Saturday night. This is something relatively new for most of us. For people experiencing mental distress, this can be a common occurrence. In their world, unpredictability is sadly often the norm rather than an exception. Many live with the ever-present possibility that they will become unwell at any time, that they may be placed in hospital, sometimes against their will, that they may not be able to go to work and may lose their job. They may not be able to get out to the shops to buy food, even if they can afford it. For some people experiencing severe mental distress, their life is at least occasionally and sometimes constantly like a global pandemic. There is no substitute for first-hand experience. Becoming more empathetic towards the challenges many people face every day of their lives is something I have taken from what has otherwise been a very difficult period in my life, and I'm sure in the lives of all of us here. The impact of COVID on health services and health professionals has been immense, and mental health professionals are no exception. Please take the time to look after your own mental health. If you possibly can, take time away from work to fully engage with this conference. Attend presentations, engage in speed dating and other activities offered. Give yourself some space to listen, to reflect, to learn, and hopefully to reignite your passion for mental health. And take the time to have a laugh. Even in the most serious of situations, humour is important. Thank you all for the important work you do, and I sincerely hope to see you all in Lisbon next year. Thank you.
And now some technical tips for smooth conference experience. Please use a Chrome browser. That works best based on our experience. Remember to close all other applications while you are in Hopin platform, especially Zoom and Teams. Test your mic, your camera and your speakers before you enter the Hopin platform. When you are not speaking, please mute your microphone and turn off your camera. Remember to have breaks. This is really important message from us. These are long days, and sitting or standing in front of a computer is hard, and you really need to take the breaks. What else, Lisa, we would like to say to our participants?
I would Definitely want to encourage everyone to make this an event, not just a webinar where you listen to some speeches, and so let's have some fun also. There are some possibilities to network with other people. There is a coffee room open during the whole conference, so please enjoy a cup of coffee and enjoy some friends and new friends in the coffee room. Also, there is a networking place which is actually a speed dating. We have a slot of speed dating every day, and that means in practice that you will meet a new person, probably a new person, a randomized person for 3 minutes for a little chat during the conference.
That was our team,
That was our team.
and these people are here to help us during the whole conference.
We also have 2 contests during this conference. The first one is a social media posting contest, so please post to social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, some ideas or thoughts or pictures during this event. The other contest is the Best Poster Award, and the best poster will be decided by the scientific committee. Both contests have a great prize. So the prize will be a free entrance to lecture conference, which will be held locally in Portugal.
And finally, as we are here in Helsinki, it's our honor to hear welcoming words from Deputy Mayor of Helsinki City, Mr. Daniel Sasonov.
Dear attendees of the European Conference of Mental Health, we are at a point in the global pandemic where we keep hearing that there's light at the end of the tunnel. But for some of us, the light might still be quite far away. The long-term effects of the crisis are still unfolding. The global pandemic has made us all think of mental health issues more than before. During the long months of remote work and isolation, we have all felt lonely, scared, or blue from time to time. We must not forget those who suffered from severe mental health issues already before the pandemic. In a recent study, 18% of the citizens of Helsinki reported feeling lonely because of the pandemic. Especially the young and elderly reported that their quality of life had decreased because of the COVID crisis. After almost 2 years of living in crisis, it is now time to move on and get to work on healing the hidden damage of the pandemic. This means that now we need the skills of mental health professionals everywhere in the world. We also need low-threshold mental health services. One example of such service, which I am especially proud of, is the Mieppi service in Helsinki, Finland. Mieppi offers confidential, free of charge professional discussion support without referral to adults and young people over the age of 13. The discussion can take place at a service point or remotely, depending on the client's wishes. Helsinki recently opened the third Mieppi service point within a year. Even during the COVID crisis, Mieppi has been able to provide uninterrupted services, as discussion appointments have also been available remotely. The key strength of Mieppi is flexibility. It is easy to use this service because of the different methods of contact. And it gets easier as service points open around the city. In Helsinki, we are also strong advocates of recovery-oriented practice. This means focusing on the hopes and dreams of the client, finding new social contacts, strengthening a positive self-image, and empowerment through meaningful life. It is about meeting clients as equals and with respect. In a way, this kind of thinking is something that I hope we all could cultivate in our daily lives. From time to time, we can all be less demanding of ourselves, focus more on what is good enough and what makes life enjoyable, be it friends, family, or hobbies. In closing, I want to express my thanks to all the mental health professionals present. Your work is extremely important. I wish everyone a rewarding online conference, and I hope that you will be able to visit Helsinki soon.
Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life, you are only waiting for this moment to arise. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these sunken eyes and learn to see. All your life, you are only waiting for this moment to be free. Blackbird fly, blackbird fly into the light of the dark black night.